and then we'll be off for a fine Friday message. I've got an interesting story to share as to how this message came to be. There we go. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Friday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And we're earlier than usual because it is Friday with Scarlett. So I'm getting ready to hit the road and go see my grandbaby. So, how today's message came about. First, let me grab a drink here. I'm standing upstairs. Good morning, Barb. Glad you're here. Welcome. I'm glad someone gets to hear this story live. I thought it was funny. So I'm standing upstairs getting ready, picked out the outfit, all the things, and I'm curling my hair. And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm curling, doing my thing, right? And in the mirror, I see a spider descending right for the top of my head. So I quickly sidestepped and I'm looking in the air trying to see it because there's patterned wallpaper in that bathroom, and against the wallpaper it was very hard to see the spider. So eventually I could see where he was, and I took a tissue and invited him into the garbage can, where I'm sure he'll crawl out, but whatever. So I thought, oh, well, that's never happened before, where I saw the reflection in the mirror. We've been talking about reflections, right? Holding up the mirror. So I thought, well, I'm going to whip out my handy dandy Pocket Guide to Spirit Animals by Stephen D. Farmer and see what he has to say about spiders. So that's actually what I'm going to share today. And hopefully the rest of you glean the message this way and don't need a spider to descend into your hair to give you the guidance, the wisdom. So let's start with a little tapping and some breath. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Every exhale grounding you through your tailbone and through the soles of your feet into Mother Earth. Breathe in, breathe out. Yesterday, I got to teach a brand new client how to breathe like this. Breathe in, breathe out. And one more for good measure. In and out. Just settling into right here, right now. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't land on me too. And that probably would have been like the next curl that would have gotten curled. He could have gotten a little roasted there. Probably wouldn't have been in his highest and best good to land at that point. Good morning to whomever else has popped on. Glad you are here. So yes, breath work, breath work, breath work. Breathing, grounding, settling ourselves into right here, right now. So our reading for today, there's the book, Pocket Guide to Spirit Animals. Again, typically I pay attention to animals in this regard when they're doing something unusual. The unusual piece to me was that I noticed him in the mirror rather than noticing him in real life. So I thought, that's auspicious enough that I'm going to view that as our guidance for what we need to read today. So, spider. This is an opportunity to access your deepest wisdom and assimilate it so that it becomes a part of your daily living. That's certainly a message that's congruent with messages we've gotten before, right? Opportunity to access your deepest wisdom and assimilate it so that it becomes a part of your daily living. I also like that the delivery vehicle for this particular message is a spider, because people have negative reactions to spiders and snakes and critters who are just doing their thing, really. So the more we can acknowledge that maybe they have more of a mystical purpose in our lives, maybe the less likely we'll be to whack them. It says, beware of any traps or ruses that you're tempted to get involved in. So right now and I think always, there have been things out there that call for us to get involved, but they're just not our path. They're really not our path. I appreciate snakes as well. Absolutely. Same with opossums. You eat all the ticks you want there, baby. That is good. That is good. They might be a little bit ugly and they might hiss at you when you are too close to them, but hey, they are doing a job. Same with the snakes. They're holding down the rodent population. So, yes, appreciate the critters for what they do for us, not what we're afraid they're going to do to us. Really, how much harm can a little snake, and a lot of them don't even bite, a little snake or a little spider do? Yeah, sometimes you can get a spider bite, but maybe that's the sign that we need to be paying attention more to the message. Rather than staying stuck in an apparent impasse, open your mind to the infinite number of possibilities that are before you and make a choice. And make a choice. I love that. Again, we've been talking about shifting our perspective from it's only this or it's that. You're this or you're that. You're blue or you're red. You're right or you're wrong. No. No, no, no. There's this and this and this and this, and then there's all the possibilities I can't even imagine right now. And oftentimes, if we look at problems we've had and the solutions that have come along, the solution that we end up going with wasn't even on the radar screen to begin with, right? So we need to open up our mind to possibilities, even possibilities beyond what we're currently witnessing. Don't limit yourself to the mundane world. I can't tell you the number of people and emails I've read where it's talking about move beyond the everyday, move into the mystical, move into the beyond the veil kind of stuff. Open your eyes to a much greater reality. So don't limit yourself to the mundane world, but instead be willing to explore other dimensions and realities. This last one I liked. This one made me happy. It's time to write creatively, without limits of tradition or habit, allowing yourself to be inspired by nature. How many cards have we had from the Nature Portals deck where it's talking about allowing nature to inspire you? But I like that idea of writing without barriers. Oh, it's got to be this way. And the biggest mistake I think potential writers who want to get published make is trying to write and edit at the same time. Two different brain functions, two entirely different brain functions. The writing process, I believe, is intended to be more of a flow. Get into that flow, put on the page. Don't be judgmental about what comes out. Just erp it out onto the page, right? Editing then is a different part of the brain that goes back and puts things in a more usable order, right? So you might have something that sort of flows out onto the page and you're like, this doesn't fit here at all, but it might fit somewhere else. So then editor you can step in and move that piece to a more appropriate location. But don't try to write and edit at the same time. It simply does not work. Does not work, or does not work well. Let's put it that way. So that is our message for today. Spider message, all kinds of things that are useful. It's an opportunity to access your deepest wisdom and make it a part of your day. Rather than staying stuck, open your mind to infinite possibilities. Don't limit yourself to the mundane world, but explore other dimensions and realities, the mystical, the magical, the inspiring, all the things. And then write creatively without limits of tradition or habit. Just show up to the page. Put on the page whatever's flowing through you. See what happens. Even try writing with the other hand sometimes. That can get you some really interesting results. Yes, it's laborious, but it taps a whole different part of you. So that's our message for today. Thank you, Barb, for being present. I appreciate that. I see we have one other person right at the moment who is on live. That's awesome at this hour of the morning. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.